What is a yeast infection? What is commonly known as a yeast infection is also called candidiasis. It occurs when a type of fungus or yeast that is normally present in the digestive system and the vaginal area overgrows. Yeast infections can be treated with medication. What are the symptoms of a vaginal yeast infection? The most common symptoms of a vaginal yeast infection are itching and white or yellow discharge. This discharge is odorless and can be quite thick. The external parts of the vagina may also become red. Sometimes the infection will cause swelling of the labia or the lips around the vagina, which can also be uncomfortable. It can also hurt when you pee as the urine passes by the sore tissue. What causes a yeast infection? Most yeast infections are caused by an overgrowth of a type of fungus called Candida. Small amounts of this type of yeast are normally found in the mouth, digestive tract, and vagina. When the amount of yeast grows too much, it can cause an infection. A number of things can cause yeast overgrowth, including antibiotics taken to treat other infections. Antibiotics can change the balance of organisms in your system. As a result, some of those organisms, like yeast candida, can grow more than they should. The use of steroids can also upset the balance of normally occurring organisms and cause a yeast infection. Birth control pills can also have this effect. Other factors that make a yeast infection more likely are being overweight and/or having diabetes. Pregnancy also increases the likelihood of developing a yeast infection, as does having an HIV infection. Wearing clothing or underwear that is tight and made of material like nylon can also lead to a yeast infection. Cotton underwear is a better choice because cotton is better at absorbing moisture. How are yeast infections diagnosed? A healthcare provider will use a cotton swab to take a sample of your vaginal discharge. The sample will be examined under a microscope to see if you have an overgrowth of yeast. Yeast infections of the vagina are not known to cause any serious health problems, but the yeast infection itself can be very unpleasant and uncomfortable, so it's good to get diagnosed and treated as soon as possible. From first conversations to treatment, Boston Children's Hospital is committed to keeping children and adolescents healthy. For more information on vaginal yeast infections, please speak with your primary care provider or visit bostonchildrens.org.